Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made this character Charlie from Wendy's Workshop, which is a webcomic by BransSculpts, who is an amazing
Alright.
artist and 3D modeler. Link to all of his stuff is in the description. Please go check out the comic. It's a great short read and I absolutely love it. Also, I have linked my Gumroad and all my socials. If you like this video, please do the YouTube stuff, like, share, and sub. Also, comment below what you'd like to see more from me and tell me your favorite dinosaur. With all of that being said, let's get into the video. Hello everybody. So to start this model off, I do what I normally do with models and I start the block out doing the body and the pelvis area. This character has a lot of gadgets on her, so I kind of do the upper body and then the lower body with this one. Um, I don't go through the full process with this character of like retopoing and like remeshing and all that. I wanted to try and keep it as close to the block out as possible for time constraints. As you can see, I brought in a hand that was given to me. I didn't want to model the hand, I didn't want to block it out, but I could have. But I was trying to really test myself with time constraints. I wanted to do this whole model in a day, so that's kind of the goal that I had, and I achieved it, but it did take quite a while. I think the whole thing was around 10 hours. So here I am doing the block out, keeping everything still very simple. I'm doing the arm gadget right now that's got like the bullet, or it shoots bullets, I think. I'm not quite sure, but in order to like understand the actual like geometry itself, I draw it out like you saw me do with the annotate tool, and that just helps me get better acquainted with the shape so that I can then take that and kind of bring it into 3D, and it's how I kind of think out loud, if you will. But having that been said, the modeling of this particular piece right here, I didn't do my due diligence while doing it. I just kind of rushed it, and it comes back to bite me really hard when I'm doing the texture painting. So always take your time to make the pieces, and just take your time with each part, because the time you take uh, in the blockout stage is only going to help you later on. So right now I'm doing the legs, and I didn't want to do like the calf and then the foot and then make the shoes around it, so I decided to just block out the shoes. Again, I was working with a time constraint, trying to see how fast I could get a good looking model out. It's not for a video game, and it's not for anything specific, so I can kind of I can make these decisions. If it was for a game, I would have to remesh it, then retopo it, and then repaint it. But as you can see, I'm just blocking out like the skirt. I turned the torso piece actually into the full shirt piece, and I'm kind of trying different things, and this is the time to do that when you're doing a block out, and you want to try to do something different. This is where you want to do that at, because all the shapes are pretty simple and it's really easy to change them. Like this canister I didn't know what it looked like behind her or anything. I kind of just guessed, but I think I matched the shape pretty well, and you're gonna have to do that when you're modeling from reference sheet and you only have like a front view. You're going to have to kind of make some artistic guesses, and that's one of them. And here I'm doing the dangle of the hair. I really enjoyed that piece, and while doing the ponytail here, I kind of modeled the thing that holds the hair together in the ponytail, just to make it a little bit easier so they're not separate pieces, and just to help me when I get to marking seams and stuff. But the blockout process is pretty much the same as you've seen in all my other videos, just a little more creative, I guess. This is not just character, it's actually blocking out objects, and doing her cape and the things that hold the cape and everything like that. And then from that I move on to marking seams, which you'll see in a minute. Um, Here I'm just redefining like what the shirt looks like, bringing out the sleeves, or well, where the cuts of the sleeves would be, and modeling in the mask, and just trying to make sure that I get all the pieces that are on the character. I try to get them taken care of. Is sometimes it's really good to, while you're looking over your character before you even start modeling it, to note down all the things that you can see that you need to make. And here I am marking seams on everything. I'm not the best when it comes to marking seams. I just kind of, you know, figure my way through it. I try to do the best I can. The head geometry or the hair geometry, I just kind of deleted the inside and then brought the edges in because it didn't need those polygons. And right there, Blender crashed. So I kind of lost some work, but it was easy to really get back. And I grouped all the pieces together, and I tried to keep same pieces with same stuff. So I have like the clothing, I have what I call miscellaneous 1, which is the buckles and everything. I have miscellaneous 2, which is the arm stuff, and then I have the body. So I try to keep all my UV unwraps kind of together. And what I really learned with this model is that when I'm unwrapping, I should definitely pay a lot more attention to the UVs before I head right into texture painting. I really enjoy texture painting, so I'm really quick to try and get to it. And it's just a test in patience. You need to like take your time and, you know, make sure everything's unwrapped properly. There's no overlapping geometry, and I'm just if you're wondering about the colors, I'm just picking the colors from the image, and I have the colors set to standard so that they really come through like that. And how I have them in the node editor is I have an image node that goes straight into the output. So I don't use a principal BSDF. I just plug the image straight into the output, and that way it looks exactly how it's drawn and everything, because I like this hand textured style. I just like the way that it looks for me personally. So that's what I mostly go with. I am kind of working with some shader stuff off to the side to try and capture this look, but I might do a video about that later on. I don't know. I gotta make sure I know what I'm talking about before I do it. But yeah, texture painting. Let's see. Make sure that you try not to give up on a piece until after you've done the highlights and shadows, because I know with me, when I'm texture painting, that first base color to me never looks good, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing this wrong, it doesn't look good. But trust me, if you just grind past that, you get your shadows in and you get your line work in and you get your highlights on, it'll make it pop like a 2D drawing. If you've done any 2D stuff, usually that's when it comes through, when you're in the final stages of it. But as you can see, she doesn't have a mouth. We're going to handle that kind of closer to the end. And here's the thing that I was talking about, her handgun or her arm gun thing. I don't know what it's called, but because of the way that I modeled it and then tried to unwrap it, there was a lot of overlapping geometry that kept me from texture painting this the way that I wanted to, and it kind of came out pretty sloppy. I was very unhappy with it, and that's what I mean when you should definitely take your time, go over your UVs, make sure they're laid out properly. There's no overlapping geometry or anything like that. And then I move on over to this other wristband, doing the gems and the shading and everything. Overall for this model, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I think it looks good, and Blender crashed yet again on me. I did lose a little bit of texture painting, but it was easily fixed. Just went back and did it, and I think the model looks really good. I think it looks pretty faithful to the art that I took from BransSculpts, and now I'm doing the mouth. So I followed something from Lightning Boy Studios with their eye and facial rig, and basically they use a boolean object to kind of make this cartoony mouth, and I wanted to give it a shot. So I did the mouth and tongue and all of that, and it turned out really good. I might use this in the future. I'm not too sure, but uh, after that, I just kind of start doing the outline on the model using the outline helper. It's an add-on that I got, and it really helps if you kind of know how to do it. And there's the final render. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Please go check out the comic Wendy's Repair Shop by Bran. It's a great comic. And with all of that being said, you know how it goes. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell her cat, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.